From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.
Hello, good morning everyone out there in Rumble Land and YT Land. Okay, so it's Monday. It is the 11th of August. Kids are probably getting back to school. I see Shelly is out there. Good to see you, Shelly. And then over on Rumble, we have TCTME. Hello, TCTME. She makes a statement out there. She says, I am back. She says, I'm back from home and missing the beach. She's up early, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. Thank you again for the invite. It was a very short visit, but it was good to meet you and your lovely family. All right, so with that said, I named the show The Past Meets the Future only because I'm starting to see a lot of people, and I don't know which generation, maybe it's all the generations that are appreciating our time in the past, right? We had more people out there that were basically more friendly. You had your neighbors, you had, face-to-face was the key thing, not your device face-to-face, right? It is, basically just people getting to know people, the neighbors. I have fond memories of all of that out there myself. So there's a video out there if my computer behaves, and I don't think it is. But in any case, wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that. I'm going to be doing some readings out there also. But talking about the past, Ronnie just shared a really cool video with me. And Ronnie, I won't share it unless you want me to, if they could see it off of my phone. So we talk about going back into the past, right? And we think about our family members that are no longer here. We think about our friends that we knew that were so close, totally different energy from today. So I started to ponder about this, and this video that's out there that I happen to find many of them, whether it's Facebook, X, whatever social media platform out there. And what I'm actually starting to see is how much people appreciate the simple life. Well, moving forward in 2025, right, there's, besides the political bullshit, I'm not even going to go there with you guys with that one here today, but if you want to compare the goodness of, let's say, 1985, because that was the year the video that I actually saw wasn't Back to the Future. And I'm going to see if I can pull this up and show it to you guys. So it's like all the kids basically saying, "Hey, I went into the future into 2025. Do you believe that everybody is on something called Instagram or Facebook? They're not even talking with each other." And these are kids who would gather, if you can recall, if you are as old as I am, would get together, and all the kids on the block would get together, hang out with their bikes and stuff like that, and play just various games, tag football, kick the can, all that crap, right? And so we want to talk about today for the human souls is very tricky, right? It depends on what aspect of our human experience that you value most, the connection, the meanings, freedom, or resilience. Let's see here. Let's break it down a little bit, right? We talk about human well-being. We could draw from that, from the era today, and we're going to stay away from the financial aspects. So people will say, "Well, things were better financially." I'm not even going to go there because that's a whole different ball game. So in '85, life was a slower pace. People connected face to face often. And we think of landline phones, right? How many of you recall stretching that cord down the hall in your house, around the kitchen, upstairs, downstairs, laying on the floor, wherever that phone was at? And today, okay, so things are a lot easier for us. We just kind of grab it and carry it with us, and we become slaves to it. I think we were also slaves to the landlines at some point. And then we talk about music, right? Music or vinyl cassettes. and you had to rewind, and we could do that today. We relive the moment. It actually, music from any time period takes us right back into that moment. It's a great experience. It really is, and I love it. When I get in my car, it's about the only time I really listen to music, or out by the pool. So that I could just sit there and just memories start flowing for me, and it's a good time. But then I snap out of it. I have to snap out of it, right? And so, because otherwise we can get swept under the rug, is basically what I'm saying. We don't want to stay there. But if you were from a small town, you might have thought that your local papers or TV channels and all that was your access to your media, right? It was, you would basically watch Global Crisis on 3 channels, right? And the Cold War, possibly, depending on the time that you want to go back to. But today in 2025, the connection is instant but often shallow. And I think because I'm talking about this and people are out there, I think the level of the consciousness is that we are all wanting to get back to the not the social media, but the social times. And it's really important for us to connect the dots with that. And that message, it's not in an app, but there are cool apps out there, spiritual apps out there. But then you're still tied to your phone, right? You become still a slave with this. There's a lot more loneliness and epidemic today. Basically, there's studies out there to tell you 20 to 30% of all the adults in um, the Western nations have chronic isolation. Do you believe that? We fear to express who we are. I have all kinds of videos out on my YouTube channel saying now is the time that if we don't show everyone who we truly are, we're going to miss this great opportunity of being in 2025. And so that's where I'm going to kind of like lead us into this. So the internet will flood us with perspectives. And oh boy, I tell you, the internet is dicey, and AI is dicey. And people cannot tell, and I know this for a fact. And even in the video that I saw out there of 1995, they took current people, made them look like they were in the past. They took videos using AI. They smudged out their faces, not to show who they really are. And AI can conceal a lot of things, and people are really being duped by it. So it's a catch-22. It really is, and I think we're going to get smarter about it. Hopefully, we will. I can see Facebook all day long with people believing stuff, and it gives them a reason to be harsh to one another, not to be kind, but to be somewhat just downright mean, right? So let's see here. What else do I want to say? So was 1985, I'm going to throw out that year. That's one I'm sticking with. Was it better? What do you think? Again, there was some nurturing aspects that we had to our soul. And that's what we tap into when we look and we go back into time. We're tapping into our heart. We're tapping into our soul. We're tapping into local bonds, stronger local bonds that we had, and less digital distractions. Okay. And so, there was, what have we learned and what can we apply here at this, why I'm talking about this? And excuse me, and then I'll get into some of the readings there. But the social openness in 1985, you cannot compare it to anything that today. And I noticed a lot of people tried to get on Facebook groups together. Nobody shows up. There's, even where I'm at, you relocate, you say, hey, I'm new in the area, want to know if anybody else like mine is out there, and you basically will spend the time doing all this, and people will sit in the group chats or the groups and make comments and tell you how great everything is, but they don't get together. There's a disconnect there. It's the division. It's if you think the Cold War, us versus them mentality in 1985 echoes in 2025, it doesn't polarize the politics and the culture war. Social media amplifies the tribes that are out there. So there have, again, been more studies out there. 64% of Americans in 2024 basically said it's harder to find common ground than a decade ago. And I really think that because I'm talking about it, that I want to bring it to the consciousness of anybody that's even out there watching me right now. And so I'm going to shoot back to TCTME. When she invited me to her vacation resort, I thought, oh my God, this is perfect. This is beautiful. This is what people need to be doing. I think Jason Q got together with a bunch of people and went camping. A lot more of these social media influencers need to be doing more of this, as I will be doing in my town. So, what can we learn from all of these? Do I call it crisis? What do I call it? What am I talking about? Am I talking about anxiety? Am I talking about AIDS epidemic? Am I talking about nuclear fears? Am I talking about misinformation? Yes, it's all of that. Why did it make us almost skittish? And so I'm suggesting that in 2025 that we have to take a look at there's so much fear porn out there that we have to weed through it. It's almost like the misinformation is out there. The ones, let me give you an example before I go any further. So everybody's saying you have to wash your fruit, right? Because if you don't wash your fruit in bleach, I think one of them said, or baking soda, whatever it might be, you do what you need to do with the food that you are eating. They'll show you here, this is what happens if you don't wash it. They show all these squiggly little worms coming out all out. There's more worms than there was the actual fruit, and it's disgusting, and it's turning people off. Was it AI? You better believe it was AI. And that's what people are doing. It's to me, I think I call them evildoers out there. They're corrupt leaders, the exploitive corporations. Now we have people who have access to social media that can do this also. And all that I could say is one or two things. Cut your time down on your device. Just ignore them. Just keep scrolling by. There's been a lot of cultural shifts, movements that have deterred us. And, I could go on and on about, the Me Too or Black Lives Matter and all that other stuff. But the global awareness, the interconnection of the world in 2025, we think of so much crime at this time. And where I'm kind of going is that we need to get more self-empowered out there. I put a lot of positive videos out there, and I see a lot of other people that are doing that also. It doesn't matter if it's coming from the Bible, it's a prayer. It doesn't matter if it's spiritual, non-religious, it's a prayer. It's these type of things that will connect us back to possibly the connectedness of with other people, like minds. But here I am talking on social media. Could I go down the street and get out my bullhorn and talk like this at the local park that we have and have people come up and approach me? No, I don't think that we're there yet. I'm hoping and praying that we get there. So looking ahead in 2025, there's more awake people to the corrupt systems, if you will, and the individuals. Don't leave those individuals out of this. You don't have to be part of a big corporation or anything at the top, if you will, the 1% of the billionaires. It's happening at the top and at the bottom. And so this is the world that we live in. And so unfortunately, it's just a trying time. I think we were all put here for this particular time to help each other pick up our bootstraps, pick up our partner, and pick up our neighbors, if you will. We have to trust again. There's so much emotional overload out there. There's moral disorientation. I didn't come here just to give you guys the bad news. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the spiritual things out there. But the question is, are humans more awake to this compared to 1985? You put your thoughts out there, maybe think about it. And your thoughts are so powerful. If you basically say, we are better than this. Of course, there's the media manipulation that's actually happening. There's editing tricks, all kinds of things out there. And you're just like, oh my God, how can we be so happy about being in 2025? but there are the blessings of 2025 that are out there also. And if we can help the next generation that is coming along with the positivity, the changing education, changing technology, putting policies in place, that's for what we could look forward to. We're more awake than, I'll call them, evil doers, using the AI videos and their sophistication challenges and stuff like that. Our soul thrives on truth and connection. You stay in your truth and your connection, and we're all good to go. So AI does fake a lot of things, and we've learned this, and this all will be exposed at some point. I think that as we raise our level of consciousness, that we have to bring this to the people that are developing this, and I think that this will all come out at some point. So that's basically what I have for you guys out there. I just want to take a pause for a cause and say hello to you, Ronnie. Thank you. I've got a couple of moderators out there. I see Charlene is a moderator. Say hi to her. Send her love. Send Ronnie some love. And I thought I saw Colleen. I just went up to the top, but I'll get to her. Everybody is basically saying good morning. I see Shelly is out there. And let's see who else we have out there. Ronnie says, yep, the landlines. I'll share another picture later, Janine. All right. So I did ask her if she wanted me to share her picture. I'm not sure how well you could see it. Obviously, it's an older picture, and she is so cute. Ronnie was just so cute in this picture. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going through this. I see you guys are talking. Charlene has a statement out there that says, I'm pretty sure we've all been watching AI for a long time without being aware of it. I can tell you we have been. And I know that you know this, Charlene. The actors out there, Trey Gowdy is not Trey Gowdy. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? And just leave it at that. You guys could, you know what's going on out there. Yes. So we've been watching AI for a very long time. And why do you think that they decided to do that? Are they trying to trick us? Are they trying? People all say we're trying to wake up, and we're trying to get the ones that are sleeping. We're trying to get people to pay attention. They were taken care of. They were dealt with, so on and so forth. So whatever your belief is, that's your belief. I am not going to judge your information because that is what you believe. And that's coming from some part of your truth within yourself. All right, let's see what it was here. I see Buckshot. Hey, Buck, how you doing? Buckshot says she's maybe still cute. Oh, I'm sorry. But this is a cute picture of her. So obviously she didn't respond to me, so I won't show it. The picture is of Ronnie, this little kid sitting there playing chess. And it's so Ronnie, looking for her next move. She's studying it. And it was an adorable picture. So thank you. If anybody wants to share pictures with me, you're more than welcome to do that. And you just send that to, where do you send that to? ttpreadings@gmail.com. I can put that up there. And let's see what else we have. Yeah, if you guys want anything to share with me, I do want to give a shout out to AO. I've asked her to send me a bunch of stuff on Kash Patel. And she did, from the local newspapers and stuff like that. I just don't know. I don't want to go there in the political arena. I'm really staying away from it as much as I can. Once I get my energy into it, I don't like the side of me that comes out with the political stuff. So I stay away. But thank you, AO. If you happen to catch us later, it's probably in the middle of the night for you. And so, let's see what statement Charlene has given. Keep them confused as much as possible. Let's see here. So I'm going to do some readings for you guys. So I'm going to use my ancestral. We're going to go back to the future. All right. Or go back in the past, and stay in the future. If anybody has any questions on anything, I always forget to read from these, and I love these cards. They're Native American cards. For some reason, a lot of people have bought these. A lot of people don't use them. I love them. And I always have the first time, and they're perfect size for my hands. But anyways, that's what I have going on. I am going to still pick some. Let me see if I can get the comments up here. I'm still going to pick some cards anyways and do some reading. So I do want to show you something here or tell you about it. my computer's acting really flaky. And I can see that I'm delayed here. And let me just close out some windows here, and I'm not going to show that. So what I actually found was, if any of you at home have a swimming pool, and there's a lot of you people out there that have the singing bowls. And so what I'm actually seeing, and I'm not sure what country this is being done in, but what they're actually doing is, if you ever go to a big recreational pool, right? They're huge, and it could be, I think these are all indoor. I saw this out on Facebook. What they're doing is taking these blow up mattresses, and they're having you get inside them. And it looked like they had about 10 people in the swimming pool. And then you've got somebody off to the side that are playing the singing bowls, and that is vibrating off of the water. And hopefully you are getting that through the mattress or within, the building that you're enclosed in. I actually want to try this. I actually have one of those lily pads from our lake that we had, our lake house. And it fits in our pool. And you could probably get three or four people on this thing. And I'm going to play a recording of these singing bowls and do a meditation and see how that works. I probably will do it either very early morning, or I want to turn it up a little bit, so it'll probably be very late, because I don't like to be in my pool during the day. I don't like that sun beating down on me. But in any case, just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see if I could find that video. Just bear with me. I probably will just kind of show it from afar. All right, let's see here. Saved. Let's see if this actually works. Here it is. All right, so let me pull this one over here. I see Buckshot is over on Rumble also. And let's see if I can blow this up. There we go. It looks a little bit better. Okay, so I'm not going to play the sound to this, or maybe I could, because it's just the, and it's really cool. She's got this other device. Oh, excuse me, 1 minute. Come on, where is it? Where's my share? Share alike, Janine. All right. Here we go. Let's give it a minute. Take down that donate. Oh yeah, thank you, Ronnie, for that. If anybody wants to still donate, whether it's $10, whatever you have to continue helping my niece Dominique battle with kidney disease, please do so. Blessings in advance, and thank you for your support. This will be shared with you guys probably to the end of this month. Wow, there's a person talking about the past. There's a person. Hello, Dragonfly. Good to see you. All right, so let me take down my banner here and come back to you guys over here and see your comments. So I want to show you this to you. See you guys. I hope you can see this okay. Let me get out of the way. So this is actually the air mattresses and in the pool. Come on, play. Okay, I'm going to stop it right here. That is got to be one of the coolest things that I've seen in a very long time. So I'm going to come back to you guys over here. And she's got this pyramid that seems to be spinning, if you guys could see that. And over the bowl, the singing bowl that she is choosing at that time. So she's probably moving it around quite a bit. This is only like, I don't know, a 4-5 second clip. You guys try it at home. Just give it a shot. If you have a pool, I don't think you want to go to your public park. Who knows? Maybe this is a great idea This is out on Facebook. I don't know what to tell you the name of this video is, but it's singing bowls in a pool, and maybe that's just an idea that you could start up. You know, getting people together, connecting people of like minds. Let's see what. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, Ronnie, I do have 2 other channels out there. One is TTP Coast to Coastal, and the other one is Turn the Page. So some of you may not, let me put, here's Dragonfly. Some of you may not be able to see the comments from the other channel. Just wanted to let you know that. All right, so let's see here. Dragonfly says, hi, Ronnie. Oops. Hey, Ronnie, where is it? Slow. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I'm going to be, I'm going to need one really soon. Okay, let's see here. Okay. One second, please. My niece is texting me, and I have to address her. Okay, so isn't this the cool? Dragonfly says, I miss my water bed. These are mattresses, air mattresses that they are actually on. Did I say water bed? I'm sorry if I did. All right, so let's see here. What else do we have here? Joey is out there. Hey, Joey, how are you doing? He says, good morning, everyone driving and listening in. And we have someone out there saying, I think it's we're going to call her Mom, Charlene, says, focus on the road, Joey G. This is really cool. So I thought that I just wanted to share this with you guys. If this is something, I wish I had a big enough pool that I can invite a bunch of people over to do this. Finding like minds here is a little bit difficult. I did ask my one friend to go to a place. It's a resort, and it's actually over by what they call it. It's a Stonehenge, but they call it Bomahedge. The show that I did that on, and it is in the woods. By the way, I just want to give you guys an update. We didn't go because if I'm going to go walking through the woods at this time of the year, I'm going to go when it's cooler. So I'm going to delay that little trip to show you that video. But in any case, I asked my friend who's originally from the suburbs of Chicago, like I was, and we met him here. We go out to dinner, and we go to different events with them. And I said, hey, they got this resort over by this Bomahedge. Do you want to go see the singing bowls? And she said, what's that? I thought, oh, this is going to go south really. This is going to go south real quick. And I told her, she says, I think we'll go to Bomahedge with you. I'll take a pass on the other one. In so many words is what she said to me. So I'm still looking, hoping that when I go to do some readings sometime this month at the local coffee shop, that I'm sorry, I got distracted with the chat. All right, so there we go. That's what I wanted to share with you. So let's do some readings. Let's get this party on the road. And all right, Colleen says, no pool, but I do get to hang out with the bees in my garden. And I know that a lot of you shy away from going to see public things. Let me stop sharing. And maybe we need to just kind of push ourselves a little bit every now and then. And let's see what we have here. Let's see here. All right, so I'm just gonna do a reading out here. I'm gonna start out with the collective consciousness, and I'm gonna try to use them with my ancestral path cards. I've never done this question of the consciousness with this deck, so we'll see how it goes. And anybody else wants one, all you got to do is let me know. Let me get over to Rumble and excuse me 1 second. Let's see what's going on out on Rumble. Did I close them? Let me get rid of Facebook. All right, I see Buckshot is out there. Thank you, Buck. Buck is also announcing that if anybody wants to help me out, if you got $5 or $10, and that'll help. Don't forget that these GoFundmes do take a percentage, and if that's what you can give, that's perfect. That's what I say, because it all adds up. All right, so this is for Monday, October 11th, and yeah, let's see what I got here. And this is going to be the collective conscious. So we got, what is it, a full moon today or tomorrow, something like that? I think it's a new moon. I'm not really sure. All right, so the first thing that I want to see, what, is there a question, or it's just in general? Okay, I think it's just going to be just in general. All right. Yeah, also too, thanks, Ronnie. If anybody does want a full reading, the way that I do this is a little bit different, you guys. I don't have a lot of money to spend on sending you a video. So what I do is I dictate it into my email. I clean it up and I send it out to you. I just did one Sunday morning. I sent it out to somebody. If you would like one, just please let me know. I'll work with you on costs if that's an issue. But let's see what we got going here. Did I say October? It's August. Earlier I said August. All right. Let's see what we got here. Collective consciousness using our ancestral path. Whoa. Well, the first thing I'm actually seeing here is right now, there are a lot of things in the shadow side for us. And let's see here. This is I got to read. I actually put down 5. I always go with the extra one. So it could be what I was talking about earlier. This is also addressing that, because that's kind of like what I'm getting here. So a little bit of more chaos that we're going to go through. That's obvious. And whenever I see the swords out there, so these cards do resemble like any other tarot cards, right? You got circles or swords and cups, and but in the long run, it looks like what's coming up for us is that we are going to be going through something very trying for us, but I'm trying to see what exactly it is.
Why?
It. One second here. I'm just, you know what? This is actually kind of showing me right now. They use a lot of nature stuff in here. So the first row that I actually put down, it looks. This is kind of hard to decipher with this here. So that it's a lot of. I want to say there's going to be a big change with money coming up. So that I am not used to seeing this type of thing. So when I see like a hawk, or I see all these things from nature in these cards, is what I'm actually getting here. It looks very good for us, at least this following week right here. Okay, it just seems like, I think that if you guys want to just pay attention to your gold and your silver or whatever else that you have out there, I think it's going to be very good for a lot of people coming up on there. But there's gonna be some other change that comes in, but I don't think it's going to stop there. I do believe I see things that are going to go up even more. So don't, if you can, don't sell anything, don't do anything right now. And I'm going to put one more row down, because I kind of want to go into, yeah, there's the death of our old self is definitely leaving us right now, which is really a beautiful thing. Because if I look at this, if I were to peel back the last 4 or 5 years, we want to get rid of that energy. We want to get rid of sitting on the edge, waiting for something to happen. And I think it's going to prepare us for the love of ourselves coming in and the love of others coming in, because I do get the 2 of Cups. It's a beautiful card out there. You could actually feel the energies from this. So there's going to be somebody that is going to come in and just show us how abundant that our life is going to be going forward. And like I said, I don't usually get a lot of things like in reference to money or anything like that, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm truly feeling that. And there's a lot of, if you want to call it, if you understand Native American, there's a lot of our ancestors who are with us, and they're actually showing this to me. It's almost as if we have to let go of the past in order to move forward. And they are definitely there. They're there. We are getting so much help from the other side, and to think that we are alone is nonsense. So that's what I'm actually getting here. I'm also seeing things too, is that also be prepared for a trying time that might come up in about 3 weeks. And I'm not sure what that is, but it depends on where you're located. I don't think it's going to happen for everybody, but I think it's going to be in isolated areas. And that's what I have right now. All right. Yes. And, Artie is basically saying it is also the timelines. They're also there. That's what I mean by this, is that these timelines are, it's just a matter of languaging. But boy, I'll tell you, this is pretty awesome. I love these cards so much. And there's going to be, I see just very strong energy coming in with us, that it's almost as if we do make that conscious choice. It's almost like we look back and we say 2022, 23, 24, I remember it, but we're not there anymore. We're going, and if we even say that right now, today, at this moment, we have to let go of those energies. We have to move forward. We have to, it's all about helping others more so now than ever before, because we're basically putting them forward so that we basically will reap the energies ourselves. And what do I mean by that? That could be a task of any type of kindness that comes out of all of this here. But I'm also seeing the financial thing come along with this too. So, I don't think that people are going to be struggling as much. And it's going to be happening with the next 2 weeks. There's going to be some news out there that is going to come up. And that's what I picked up on that. But also they did show me something like heading towards winter. I kept seeing that. I kept seeing the winter. There's going to be some big changes there. We might start to see the deterioration of some of these corporations. And, obviously the tariffs are coming into play. A lot of that information we're going to be getting a lot of that. And how is that going to benefit us in the long run? All right, let's see here. Let's see what else that we have out there. Oh, Charlene has something. We are going to have another lockdown. Are we? That's the question. Let me see. I don't. Let me just ask it. That is an interesting question. Why? Where did that come from? Did you hear that, or I have not been paying attention to anybody out there, so this is interesting. I see it more times in the chat here. What is going on? All right, let me just see what I get. And I'm going to pull from another deck too, along with this one. A lockdown. Wow. Are we going to have another lockdown? How's Rumble doing out there? I don't see a lot of movement out there. And let's see what we got. Oh, nobody wants to be poking that bear, that's for sure. All right, what do we have here? Definitely showing me a lot of bear energy coming in. When I see this, it's almost as if I want to say, it's Mama Bear, right? I'm actually seeing that. Mama Bear will always protect. So we've got a lot of protection around us. Lot of what is this here? The king. Yeah. It's been a long time since I read just a regular tarot deck, so let me go to my other deck and just verify what I think I am seeing here. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't think that there is actually going to be as severe of a lockdown. They're not showing that to me. I'm actually seeing it all on the shadow side. And we are definitely going to be able to overcome this one in particular. We're going to reflect back on it. And it's almost going to be, we're not going to do this again. That's what I'm seeing here. And I want to see how I'm going to place these over the other cards that I have here. And we are definitely going to be stepping up. And if any of you understand the energy of a bear, let me just kind of show you what I'm seeing here. This is real powerful. Wow, it's really coming in close here. And this is the type of energy that we are going to be able to say, it's not going to happen, right? We're not going to follow this. I do see protection coming in, and that protection actually came in on this card here. It's the Divine Physician. So, you know, it's almost as if we say no, or if there's any type of other type of protection out there, whether I see people out there saying, I see, look at this camera, it's freaking wackadoodle. People are out there saying martial law and all this other stuff. I think it's going to be the people. You know, yeah, we may have some of that backup kind of thing, but so when I see the Divine Physician that actually comes in, it's us that has been healed, and us that'll basically be able to say, we're not going to follow, we're not going to comply, we're not going to go there, right? Q8, what is this? Are we going to have a question? Are we going to have a nuclear scare event? Where is all this coming from? My people. All right, let's just see here. I'm going to have to stick with the Akashic cards because I read those best. And let's see here. This is interesting. A nuclear scare event. Let's see here. For August 11th. So far, this looks really, really good. There is going to be something, and it's a very powerful woman. She's not going to get too far with what she's trying to do out there. And I'll let you guys, you know, I'm not sensing who it is out there, but I'll let you guys try to figure this out. But we have actually, there's going to be so much more communication out there that this nuclear thing isn't going to fly. So I actually think that there's going to be, I want to place a card on there, is that there's going to be some changes within the mainstream media. And, you know, it's almost as if they're saying, yeah, there's definitely going to be some changes coming up with the mainstream media. That it's almost going to be only the fair porn is only going to be presented on a few channels. And we're definitely going to be able to get our messages through social media to be able to override what they're trying to do out there. So I'm not seeing this, you guys. Is there something else that you have heard? Just heard that before I just sat down. Where did you guys hear this? Where did you guys hear this? Because is it on mainstream media? Is that on a social media site? Let's see what we have out here. I see a Black Hawk helicopter. I did see a Black Hawk helicopter the other day. First one I've ever seen. That's coming from Colleen. Oh, she's in Illinois. They're probably going to pick up your governor. All right, so yeah, you know what? The energies that you guys are talking about, the forces behind all of this, it's very weak. It's almost as if it's only a few selected. Who are you guys following? I'm really kind of curious about this because I'm not seeing that. And so what I do see is that there's just going to be there is just going to be so much protection for us that I don't even see that. I really don't see it. There's an Akashic field of force of energy that will come in, and I actually feel like it's just going to it comes in and it's going to go out as quickly as it came in. That's what they're showing me. Let's see here. I believe Nino speaks about nuclear scares. Is that Nino with 107? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so let's just see. Let me just see what that. I'm trying to see why they would lead up to that. I know that Trump flew out for world peace to try to mend 2 other countries. Where would the nuclear? It could be coming from that one specific woman that might still have a lot of power and a lot of minions behind her, where they would only try to bring that in. But I actually sensing that this is going to be coming strongly from, the blue states. Okay. But we're starting to crack down on some of those, and the Californians keeps coming back. It's going to be a very small community is what they're showing me, and it's not going to get far at all. It's kind of like they start out strong, and then they just kind of, the energies just kind of peter out. And yeah, I'm actually seeing this, that they're not going anywhere with this. Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere with this. We have too much light at this time for them to pull it off. That's what I'm seeing. All right. Anything else out there, Ronnie? Any other moderators see anything out on Monday morning here with you guys? And we're kind of talking about this fear porn. Arnie says, no nuclear event, just fear porn. They will try to push alien events at the end of October. Most likely, though. Why October? Research nuclear past events, and it was all propaganda and lies. Remember, most taught is lies. Yeah. This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. When I saw this in my ancestral cards, some of the information for my global reading was based around what I was actually saying, is that there's so many lies, so much AI stuff. There's people are going to be fooled by this. And is that the big lesson, that people are going to finally say, oh, shit, I believe that and I can't believe it? Point in case, somebody said that, and if I'm wrong, you guys correct me on this, because, there's a posting out on Facebook where they're saying that Trump and the White House, they took down all the previous administrations, like Clinton, Bush, Obama's pictures, right? They've got their pictures up on a wall and took them all down. And so that gave fuel to this Facebook page, because I go in and I read this stuff and I'm thinking, this is bullshit. He's not that kind of a guy to remove it. What he was doing was pulling out pictures that were stored away, and he was finding them and putting those up. Somebody took the story and twisted it and put it out there, and all I saw was anger, meanness, bad energy. And so my comment was, you all believe this information and it's not true. So, it's just whatever is put out there. For some reason, these lower vibration energies, it gives them a reason and an excuse to continue to hate. And that's where I'm kind of saying, is that we can't be in that space anymore. If we basically see that, we just kind of call it out and let them know, it's just like anything else. I do research so much now that that's why I don't watch a lot of news, because I'd be spending all my time trying to figure out what anybody is saying, if it's true, fake, false, AI, that type of thing. Yeah, so Ronnie has got a statement here. I have not watched Nino in a long time. A lot of you guys still may follow him. I haven't. There's videos out there where Wayne Wallet, or whatever his name is, Wayne Willett, is the one that's playing 107. It's a video out on X. I might even have it, where he's boarding a plane and he's talking to Nino on the phone, and he must have left a document where he, when you get on board the plane, he must have set something down and he left it. And you hear the guy going, Mr. Wayne Willett called him out 3 times, and it was clear as day. It was just another document to let you know, if you think you know who 107 is, maybe it's already been out there. I don't know. I just ran across the video, and I thought, okay, well, that's good. People, maybe you do know and you continue to follow him, but, I don't even know who Wayne is. So there you go. So it doesn't really matter to me. All right. So that's what I have. Anybody have any other questions? Otherwise, I will cut this. And sorry about the reading of these cards with the ancestral path. I have to do more of those. I love the energy of those cards. I can get lost in them because there's so much detail in it. And, that it is what it is, and I have to continue to do this. Unless anybody has another question on anything, I'd be glad to ask. But this is, what is this Arnie is saying here? The movie will be seen more real. Yeah. Buck is saying, if you want misinformation and fear, follow Nino. You guys, the one thing that I will say about this, though, is a lot of people love drama, right? Why do you think that soap operas were created? It's because they love the drama. If you're following me, I only see 11 people that ever follow me on one particular channel at one particular time. I don't have a lot of drama. I'm just little old me, and I just try to bring you love and kindness and help you out. And that's not going to be good enough for the people that have to dig their teeth into something that is so low level vibration. And that's the way that it goes. So, there's those people. Will they always exist? Will they coexist with us? That's up to God. I cannot say that, and I won't judge them. And all I have to do is be aware. You guys remember my old saying, observe but don't absorb? And we're kind of right back into that more and more so going forward from this time to the end of the year. 2026 is going to hold a lot more, more chaos, but also a lot more clarity. And I'm going to look forward to that too. So thank you all. And my vid is tripping. Just saw it 8 minutes after a glitch. Yeah, I think there's something going on with my channel here out on YouTube. But all right, you guys, take care. Blessings to all of you, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye now.
From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free.